Warlord, this is the second last episode of Blake's 7 of all time. We're going to review it using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get in any category. I love this one. There's some good stuff going on here. I'm going to give the storyline a 2 out of 2. Avon is trying to unite people now for this final battle against the Federation. This is it. We need to unite our different tribes. There's Zukon, who is this pretty strong warlord guy, and they really need his support. And he's going to give it to them, and he's giving them some weaponry, and he's going to help them out with troops. But the other factions are like, hey, this guy screwed us around. And Avon's like, look, we got to start from scratch. The snag is that he's actually working with Servalan. And then the double snag is that so he sabotaged their base there. The double snag is that his daughter, Ziona, who's in love with Terrant, she stays behind. So there's a lot of like back and forth, kind of she's leaving, then she's coming back, and I won't bore you with all those details, but long story short, she ends up being stuck with them and dying, and then Servalan betrays Zukon, and he's dying too, and Avon and Sulan are on their own. I mean, there's a lot going on in this episode. This is the second last one. It's crazy. And for that, the pacing is also going to be a 2 out of 2. There's a lot of back and forth. Nail biting for me. I'm like, oh man, like what's going to happen? I love that Avon is trying to like negotiate all of this stuff now. Like he's come so far. We'll get to the characters, which what the score is going to be. A lot of stuff. Like, okay, what's Terrant doing? And then no, he's going to go here, and then and I like that they introduced this kind of love angle to it as well. It made it slightly more interesting for Terrant because he didn't really I like Terrant a lot. He's my second favorite character, I think. But this added more to him, and he gets angry about it when they're like, oh, she's going to go alone and fix this thing. It's like, no, she has to go, and then of course she dies. You're like, wow, this is crazy. It is Blake 7 and people die, and we're going to find that out pretty fast in the next one. But anyway, loved it. The artistry, I'm also going to give it a 2 out of 2. There's lots of explosions in this one. There's more effects. There's different ship locations. They get buried. That's really done well. There's a couple of computer thingies, screens, and stuff like that going on. Yeah, I liked all that stuff. Orak is actually like broken, because this stuff falls on him. And I'm not sure, I can't remember if he's just dead or what, but anyways, that's crazy. So yeah, a lot of great stuff in this one. It looks good, the music's good. I mean, the characters, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2, man, because I love every character. I thought Zukon was very interesting because he's a bad guy, but then he loves his daughter. It's always a good thing to have a bad guy care about something, because we have Servalan, who literally cares about nothing but her own personal gain, and that's your main villain for this series, and she's awesome. But it's good to have characters that care about something, not because you can exploit them, but there needs to be some like connection to humanity where you can somewhat, okay, this guy's a bastard, he's betraying them, he's working with Servalan, screw this guy, but he loves his daughter, and he goes just insane when he realizes he doesn't even want to believe it. He's like, no, you're not there. You're back home. You're on the ship. No. And like he's going crazy. So that's great. I want to give a big shout out to Sulan on this one. Great little plan she had when they land on Zukon's planet. They're captured immediately because the Federation troops are waiting for them, but they don't know what his daughter looks like. So she's like, oh, I'm Ziona, his daughter. It's like, okay. And they confirm, and Servalan's like, yeah, his daughter's there. Oh, that was so smart. And then that's the way they get out of it. Brilliant. Good move on Sulan. Great stuff. For the enjoyment factor, of course, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. This is a 10 out of 10. I loved it. I've been shilling for this series now for a while. I don't know what the lowest score I gave, but most of them are like, there's a lot of 10s. Maybe a few 9s or something, but overall it was great. I love this episode. I really wish this would have continued on a bit more, and I'll talk a bit more in the next one. This one's going to be a bit shorter, the next one will be a bit longer. I wish this would have continued on for another like 2 seasons or something. I love the format of the 13 episodes, and that's just like, and then that killer ending, and then you continue. But It is what it is. This episode was great. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the classic TV show playlist. That's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time.